Please get ready for the passage. Mr. Chairman, the entire House is extremely grateful to you for allowing the suspension of the questionnaire to express the concern of this House on a very serious incident that involves the national honor. The fact that an Indian diplomat can be arrested in violation of the immunity that is granted to a diplomat, the fact that it is a lady diplomat who is not only arrested but also paraded with handcuffs on the streets of Manhattan, kept in police custody in the midst of hardened criminals and not extended the courtesies that are normally extendable in the circumstances of this kind is a matter of grave concern as far as India is concerned. It involves the honor of a lady foreign service officer. It has rightly caused concern and anguish in the entire country, and it is a concern that should be reflected by the government and conveyed by the Indian government to the United States government at the highest level. This is in clear violation of Article 31 of the Vienna Convention, which very clearly says that there is an immunity granted to a diplomat. The American viewpoint is that for the officers involved in consular services, there is a separate arrangement. Article 41 of that arrangement with regard to consular services also does not permit this arbitrary one-sided arrest. In fact, facilities are granted even to non-diplomats that they must go and appear before police authorities rather than being raided, paraded, handcuffed and given a treatment of this kind. This has been done in violation of all the norms and it is a matter of extreme concern. Sir, why is it that the situation has come to such a pass? It may be too simplistic analysis to say that United States is a big international power and therefore where courtesies are extendable to persons from other countries whether at their airports or otherwise they are not being extended. That would, sir, be too simplistic a view. I think it is also required for us to analyze and introspect where we stand in terms of our foreign policy. We have expressed concerns with regard to our neighbors, some of whom have been violating our sovereignty. Even small neighbors have not been listening to us and have been bypassing Indian interests. Many countries in the world protested on the snooping incident of the United States, where their intelligence agencies were keeping an eye on what is happening in the world. Foreign heads of state cancelled meetings, but India did not utter a word. Our elected representatives are denied visas. We give a kind of nudge that we are happy with this rather than protest on this. If we conduct our foreign policy in a manner that we can be taken for granted, then these incidents are bound to be repeated. I would therefore express the concern not only of my party but almost everybody in this house that it is time that the government of India took these bilateral relationships extremely seriously. We should negotiate as equals. We should cozy up in our relationships only when the other negotiating nation is interested in cozying up to us to that level. If they are not interested, this one sided cozying up comes to an abject surrender as far as foreign policy is concerned. Therefore, we must take this incident in all its seriousness and lodge not only the strongest protest, but we must ensure that necessary correctives are also taken. Sir, I rise to share the unanimous sentiment of this august House. I am anguished to say that we are aghast at this outrage that has been committed against India's sovereignty, and this is something that cannot be tolerated or accepted. There is no need to repeat that this goes against all norms and international conventions, and this is something that cannot be accepted by any self respecting sovereign country. The question that arises is as to why the situation has come to such a pass. We have had such instances happened in the past also. When I travel to the United States of America, though my boarding pass always comes with a fourth level of security, we go through that grind, and I always convince myself that there have been cabinet ministers of either the NDA regime or the present UPA regime who have been subjected to this, and so we allow this to happen. There has not been a protest at the right moment that India has made. We have willy-nilly accepted USA is the world's policeman, and they can get away with the laws that they will define as international laws. Now, sir, a message has to be given. We are building a strategic relationship with the USA. That strategic relationship cannot be in violation of the principles of the Panchshil, which continue to guide our foreign policy. You cannot violate the Panchshil in any strategic relationship with any country, and Panchshil ensures you that there will be mutual respect for each other country's sovereignty and domestic laws of each other country.